When did that start? People saying Gucci as like good.
Because I don't. There's a brand called Gucci, isn't there?
Yeah, they make like purses and shit.
Yeah, and it's expensive. And they're like, that's fucking Gucci.
I get, but how does good mean expensive?
I don't know. I guess they both start with G, and they're like, it's expensive, so it must be good. So it's Gucci. I don't know. That's how I've interpreted it.
I hate the internet. Welcome back to another episode of the Real Duo Podcast, the most mediocre podcast on the internet. I'm one of your hosts, Wade.
I'm another host, Devin.
What have you been watching this week, Devin?
I got three things that I have watched that I want to mention. Other things I have watched that doesn't matter. But I rewatched Blade Runner with Dylan.
You fucking rewatch Blade Runner, but you still haven't seen 2049. You're an asshole, all right?
Me and Dylan want to watch the second one, but I was like, you got to watch the first one. So I was like, I'll rewatch the first one with you. And then hopefully me and Dylan are going to watch the second one tomorrow. So
watch the second one because the second one's way better.
Hopefully next week I'll be able to talk about
good
Blade Runner 2049. It's still awesome. Still love Blade Runner.
Blade Runner is great.
It's great. Second movie I watched. You remember that? I don't know if you remember this. Remember that Matt Damon movie called Downsizing or something like that?
Yes.
I watched that. God, it was the most awful movie I think I've ever seen.
Really? I remember I was planning on seeing that when it was out in the theaters, but I was like, nah, this kind of looks dumb.
Here's the issue, right? It's like you're doing this whole thing about getting small, right? And he gets small about like 40 minutes. It's a long movie. It's like 2 hours and 30 minutes or something.
Jesus Christ.
It's a long movie.
I thought this was like a goofy comedy.
No, it's super serious. It's not a comedy whatsoever.
The fuck? That entire premise is like a goofy comedy like premise.
So like he gets small about 30 minutes in, and there's still like 2 hours of this movie. I'm like, what the hell happens in this movie? Nothing. Like the whole premise of him being small disappears because he just has drama with the other small people. So everybody's the same size. I'm like, what the fuck?
So it's just a regular movie then at that point.
Yeah.
So it's like the whole gimmick of him being small is kind of defeats the entire purpose.
Because like his wife, you know how in the trailers his wife doesn't get small with him or whatever? And it's just like, oh, well, the wife's just not in the movie anymore. It's like, what? Like the whole movie just becomes a drama.
Does he, let me guess, does he at the end get big again? Or does he just stay small?
I don't know. I turned it off. I didn't.
Oh, seriously? Wow. Okay.
Me and Caitlin were watching it and I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore. This is terrible.
Because usually that premise, if you made a comedy out of it, would be an hour and 40 minutes. He'd get small about like 30, 40 minutes in. He'd go on like wacky adventures and whatever. And then in the last act, he would like realize, hey, I don't need to do this. I need to be, my own person. And maybe he gets big again. Or maybe he finds a new family and stays small and just like, I'm happy now.
Yeah. No, it's just a drama. And I just looked it up just to be sure how long it was. It's 2 hours and 15 minutes. So it's still long for that kind of movie.
Really long.
For that kind of weird movie. Yeah. And like with Matt Damon too, of all people, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be kind of goofy at least because Matt Damon's a little goofy, just a little.
He can get goofy.
He like on The Martian.
He's not always goofy, but he's
like that kind of comedy on The Martian where he's like, oh, wacky stuff's happening.
You should have just rewatched The Martian again. Honestly.
I should have, but I was like, I'm gonna watch something new, and look what happened. It was terrible.
Never watch new things.
Never watch new things. Yeah, I was so because like he finds this girl that's small with him. And they just like do stuff together. I'm like, what is this? What am I watching? Who sat down and was like, let's make him small, and then let's just have him fall in love again with somebody else, and like, there's no issues with them being small.
Let's make a shitty love story, but then let's have a gimmick of him getting really small so we can put it in the trailer and sell it to people. Yeah, that's what it is.
Because like the very beginning was kind of interesting because like they're talking about like, oh, your money converts to like millions of dollars when you're small, like how much you have. I'm like, oh, okay. And they have like a little small community and stuff. And like you can like travel and stuff. But then it's just like, okay, now he's in the community and everybody's the same size again because everybody else is small.
Yeah. It should have been like he got into the community and then it was like, oh shit, it's a cult. I need to get the fuck out of here. I need to go back and find the hospital or whatever and beg the doctor to like make me big again. Like that's like a comedy. Like that's how this movie should have went.
sounds way more interesting than
Matt
what I
Damon
watched.
finds a small cult.
And like, I don't know if the wife shows up again, but I watched like an hour and 45 minutes. So there was still like,
That's the length of a normal movie.
yeah. So there was still like a good like half an hour left. And I didn't see the wife again
Wow.
for
Okay.
after that. So I don't know.
I mean,
don't
that's
know what
fair.
happened.
I usually don't like turning off movies, but if a movie doesn't interest you an hour and 40 minutes in, turn it off.
I gave it a shot.
Yeah,
I was
you gave it
fuck it.
more than a shot. You gave it more of a shot than I would have. I would have turned it off after like 30 minutes.
Well, like when it hit like the hour point, I started to get on my phone because I was like, I can't get into this.
Just
and then,
checked out.
And then like I would try to put my phone down and be like, okay, I gotta pay attention. Something may happen. And then I'm just like, fuck this. I can't do it. I can't. So yeah, that was a bummer. That was a bummer. Don't watch it. It's on Hulu. I think that's where I watched it.
There's so much shit on Hulu that I have to watch.
Dude,
that's like the last thing I'm gonna watch.
Hulu's stepping up their game, to be honest. They're getting some.
They are.
Some good stuff.
Yeah, especially with movies.
My last movie, which I saw, this is my newest 2020 movie, The Invisible Man.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about this.
Yes,
everybody's ranting and raving about this movie, and of course, like I usually am, I'm behind on everything. I haven't fucking seen this movie.
Like, I don't think it's like the best thing ever made, but it's a good psychological thriller, which I was not expecting going into. I thought it was going to be some corny jump scare horror movie. Nah, it's a true psychological fucks with your brain.
Do you think that I would like this movie? Is this a movie that you could see me watching and being like, fucking A, this is amazing?
When it comes to scary movies, I feel like me and you are kind of similar when it comes to it. Like, I don't like jump scares. I feel like they're cheap as shit. And I think music is everything in horror movies.
It is.
This movie has jump scares, but like this kind of has to because it's about an invisible person.
I mean, are they jump scares in the sense where it's just like somebody walks past the camera and then a loud sound happens?
No, it's like
that's a bullshit jump scare. If they incorporate it into the story, it's fine.
Like, I guess this is a little spoiler. I get, not really. It's you kind of imagine it would happen, but she's like in the kitchen at one point, and she turns around, and then something just lifts her and starts choking her, and it kind of like spooked me a little because
was there like a sound accompany with it, or did it just happen?
Well, there was like music started playing with it, so it was.
Okay. Well, that seems more appropriate.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a spooky image, and then loud.
That's
noise.
what I'm saying. I'm like, he's invisible. It's kind of like
yeah.
It's gonna happen. Like something's gonna scare you. There's one jump scare in the very beginning that fucked me up like big time. And I'm like, I know you're setting up for this to be a horror movie to tell people in the audience if you don't know this is a horror movie, but like you could have set up that jump scare better because like it made the big sound and then it cut to what the sound was, and I was like, that's not fair. That's not fair at all. Like, so I didn't even see it. I didn't have time to prep. It's just like a big noise.
Was there like before when the Universal logo and shit happened, or this isn't a Universal movie, is it?
Yes, it is.
It is
Universal.
Did they have the dark universe?
No, it was just Universal. Okay. And I looked it up afterwards because I was like, is this a part of it? Because I know the Invisible Man is in the monster universe that they own. I was like, is this a part of the dark universe? And the director said no. Like, they're like, straight up, this is just a movie.
That's great.
They're like, this is just a movie we had an idea about, and we just
good. Remember when people used to just make movies and not everything had to be connected to everything? Like, just make a movie.
I can see though more Universal be like, oh, it's a part of the universe.
I mean, maybe down the road, sure, but like, I don't understand how the Invisible Man could like fight the Wolf Man. Like, what the fuck? Because he's a man, right?
Yeah, it's true.
He's just a guy who's invisible.
In this movie, he's just a guy that's invisible. He's kind of a little crazy, but
without spoiling things, do they explain how he becomes invisible?
Yes, that's like the main. That's like kind of like the main plot.
That kind of sucks because it would have been cool if he was just invisible and you never like.
Well,
there's just an invisible man.
Well, like he is at the beginning. Like we find out with the girl, the main character, like, oh shit, like there's an invisible guy out there, and she's like, how the fuck is he invisible? Like what the fuck is happening? I mean, you kind of you go with her to try to figure out how. I
just hate when they explain stuff like that. Like, it's called The Invisible Man. Like, we get it. This isn't real. We don't have to like explain it. Just here's the man. He's invisible.
But I will admit, like, deaths just happen, and I'm not expecting them at all in this movie. Like a couple people died, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, I was not expecting them to die whatsoever. I was like, that's the kind of horror movie. Because like when you watch a horror movie, like that person's gonna die. That like it's just like not fun because it's like that guy doesn't have a name and he's been talking a lot. He's probably gonna die. But like a lot of these characters in this movie, like I'm like they're dead. I guess I didn't see that coming. So
that's good.
Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. For going into it, I was like, this is gonna be one of those movies where all the good stuff's in the trailer. That's what I thought going in. But
yeah, no, I've only seen like a couple. I haven't seen like any of the trailers in full, but I've seen like scrolling through Twitter. I've seen like a 2-second clip of it, and it looks pretty fucking intense.
It is. The whole movie is intense, to be honest, and it surprised me by how good it was. I don't think it's 90% good on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever.
Is that what it has?
Yeah, or something like that. I think it's more of like an 80, maybe an 80.
I mean, hey, that's still really good.
But like, it's pretty good. I enjoyed it. So anybody who wants to watch it, I recommend it.
I'll have to check it out at some point. I'll wait until it comes on Netflix or some shit.
What have you watched? Oh, I mean, I've been watching MasterChef on Hulu, but that's
MasterChef.
Yeah, I like Gordon Ramsay. All right,
I like Gordon Ramsay too. His shows are fucking entertaining as hell.
Oh, they are. I
love Gordon Ramsay.
On like the first episode of MasterChef, he's like, do the best you can with this fucking egg, and I'm like,
that's the most badass thing ever. Hey, you have 20 minutes to make the best meal of your life. Here's an egg.
That's like, exactly what he did. He was like, that's cool. He was like, you have 30 minutes to make the best egg ever.
Oh my god!
I'm like, I don't even know. I just make like scrambled eggs.
That premise, like just saying that, is like the most intense, like premise for a TV show like ever. Like that, just that. Here's an egg. Go.
He kicked out like 10 people that round. He was like, your egg fucking sucks. Get out.
Yeah, because there's only like 10 things you can do with an egg.
It was. I love MasterChef. It's great. What have you been watching this week?
I've been watching a lot of, again, like the last episode. I've been watching some oldies. I've watched a ton of shit, but the only things I really want to talk about: Apocalypse Now, great film, one of my favorites of all time, probably.
Not Apocalypse.
No, not X-Men Apocalypse. Not that bullshit. Apocalypse Now.
And not Armageddon either, because I get those confused.
Fuck that movie. Everybody loves that movie. That movie sucks.
No, that movie's trash.
That movie sucks, and I haven't even seen that in like 10 years, but it sucks. I watched the theatrical version. I didn't watch Apocalypse Now Redux because it was like 3.5 hours, and I didn't want to sit there for 3.5 hours.
God, that movie's 3.5 hours.
The Redux version is.
I was gonna say I don't remember it being that long.
I think the theatrical cut's 2.5.
That's still a pretty decent chunk of change.
It's still pretty decent, but that movie's so fucking good. Have you seen Apocalypse Now?
Yes, I have. That's why I said I don't remember it being 3.5 hours. I was like, I don't remember it being.
And they put out. I haven't seen the final cut. They recently put out like the final cut of it, which apparently shorter than the theatrical version.
Is this just the new Blade Runner? Like we have like 7 cuts of this movie. I didn't know there were this many cuts. I thought there was a lot.
Yeah, we'll probably get in 10, 20 years from now. We'll probably get like another final cut that's different.
What all did they add for a whole hour for the
Redux? It takes a movie that's already really slow and just kind of like makes it even slower. Just here's some more scenes of people talking and doing stuff. It's not bad. It's just kind of unnecessary. Like if you just want to go along with the story and the experience, just watch the regular version. But if you want all the little small like character stuff, watch Redux.
It's like Tarantino wanting to add another hour to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Fuck that noise.
Fucking
don't do unnecessary. But it's fantastic. I love that movie. One of the best movies ever made, in my opinion. I also watched The Prestige a couple days ago.
I bought you that, I think, for your birthday or something.
Did you?
I think. Well, you picked it out or not? You picked it out, but I paid for it.
You paid for it. But that still counts. Prestige is a fantastic movie. If y'all haven't seen Prestige, it's one of my favorite Christopher Nolan movies.
I haven't seen Prestige. I want to bust through some Nolan films before Tenet comes out because I'm fucking excited.
Tenet looks so fucking good.
I'm so excited for Tenet.
You need to watch the two best. If you haven't, you've seen Inception, right?
Yes, but I need to rewatch it because I didn't like.
Rewatch Inception. Watch Memento. What the fuck happened? Watch Memento. Memento's also really good, and then watch The Prestige.
All right,
those are like two of my favorite of his.
I need to watch. I've seen Dunkirk, but you haven't seen Dunkirk.
I haven't seen Dunkirk.
It's a beautiful film, but I thought it was boring as shit.
Yeah, I'm sure it looks great. Christopher Nolan has gorgeous looking movies.
Oh, he's got some great cinematography going on.
Yeah, he does.
And isn't he using fucking actual film for Tenet? Like
Christopher Nolan usually he's all about film. Like he's all about I want to use
the Dark
film.
Knight. trilogy in film or whatever.
Yeah, and those movies look fantastic, except for when he shoots them in IMAX and they look like butthole.
Because like you can't upgrade him to IMAX like
no,
that.
you can't. But I just wish he didn't do that because he wanted him to look more cinematic, but by doing that, he made him look less cinematic. Because all those scenes that are shot in IMAX kind of look like shit. But
I feel like Nolan's
whatever.
the only one of the few directors where they will let him film with film because that's expensive.
Oh yeah, that's very fucking expensive.
Because people don't just make the film strips and stuff like that anymore. Like that's just not something that's
it's very difficult to use. You can only get like a few takes out of them. You can't just like spend all day getting takes from people.
Right, because I've seen people point out in the Dark Knight trilogy, there's like a bunch of mistakes and like they're just in the background.
Oh yeah,
that people are like, he probably could have recut it or reshot it, but like he didn't have enough shots.
I mean, honestly, if there was like a mistake in the background, he probably could have CG'd it out. But he's like, nah, fuck that, fuck CG.
Yeah. It's not cinema.
There's only 2 bits of CG in the Dark Knight, and it's like when the helicopter like crashes, and then I think Batman, when he's like driving his motorcycle, I think that's like CG, but you couldn't even tell.
It's a weird spot to CG it, but
yeah. Well, I mean, you need to CG that. You're not gonna put Christian Bale on a fucking motorcycle.
You're talking about in like when he's driving towards
towards Joker, yeah. And he when he flips over the truck, the truck was real, but him like driving around was CG.
That looked real to me. I didn't know.
You couldn't even fucking tell.
I didn't know till just now. But yeah, no one's. I don't know anybody else who even uses film anymore. So
there's a couple. I think Tarantino still shoots on film.
That would make sense. Tarantino seems like an old school.
And there's like a couple other people that do, but it's usually it's all about the dig.
I don't know the actor who's in Tenet, but I like him.
John David Washington is a fantastic actor. If you want beforehand, watch Black Klansman because he's fantastic in Black Klansman.
Oh, I've heard that's good.
And Adam Driver's fantastic in it as well. They work really well together.
Weird, crooked faced Adam Driver.
Fuck yeah! I have it on Blu-ray. I might if I come up next week, we can watch it.
Yeah, and we can finish all the Tremors movies and bullshit on those. We can make a whole podcast video about Tremors.
The Tremors cinematic universe.
Hell yeah. I'm not watching the TV show though. That's too much.
Yeah. Fuck TV.
That's too much. I'll read like a small article about it and then that'll be it.
Yeah, that's pretty much all you need.
Anything else you watched?
I watched Steve Jobs again because I love Steve Jobs.
I haven't seen any of those movies. I know there's like 3.
You watched Jobs with Ashton Kutcher because I fucking showed it to you.
Oh yeah, that's right, and it was really good.
It was that one was really good. I enjoy that one.
I don't remember even watching it.
But I remember Steve Jobs is better.
I watched it, but I don't remember if it was good.
It's kind of forgettable, but I think Steve Jobs with Michael Fassbender is a much better movie.
I've heard that one's fantastic.
It's fucking Aaron Sorkin. His movies aren't very like they're pretty much all talking, but his scenes of just people talking back and forth are like fucking action scenes. Like it's insane. There's one scene where Steve Jobs and John Scully are just yelling at each other in a room, and it's like the most tense shit you'll ever see in your entire life.
See, that's how you make good.
Because it's just like the music and the way it's edited and the dialogue and what they're saying and like, it's so fucking
you can't
good.
Just have good dialogue. You have to have good editing.
Yeah, you gotta fucking make a good movie around the dialogue.
Because like V for Vendetta has great dialogue, but sometimes the editing just doesn't.
Well, that's also more like a comic book movie.
It is, and it's an older comic book movie, so people didn't care about it back in the day.
It's still a great movie. I love V for Vendetta. It's still
great. I do too, but like I said, sometimes the editing doesn't fit the dialogue, and the dialogue is fantastic. That's fair. I don't know who sat down and wrote that movie, but they're genius. Like
who, V for Vendetta?
Yeah, there's so much things in like a sentence he says.
I don't know who wrote that.
I don't know either, but
I don't know. I should probably look it up, but that's too much work for our podcast.
I can't remember everybody's names. I'm sorry. I don't.
That's fine. That makes sense.
I can't. That's what I rely on you for. I'm just like that guy in that movie. And
yeah, I'm usually good with names if I know them. I'm usually like, fucking that guy from that one obscure thing that no one knows about.
I'm terrible with names. That's why I just name a movie and I describe him, and you're like that guy. And I'm
that
like,
guy.
Yeah, that fucking guy.
That one guy that was in that one thing.
I'm sure you can make a compilation out of all of our.
You probably could, honestly.
I'm just like, I don't know this guy's name, and you're like, it's this guy.
I'm like, it's fucking this guy, you idiot. And you're like, why would I know that? I'm just like, yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, I'll lose the names of people I know. I'll be like, oh, I don't know who Magneto is. And you're like, it's
fucking Ian McKellen.
It's Ian McKellen or it's Michael Fassbender. I'm like, oh,
Michael Fassbender. You fuck.
I don't know which one.
God damn it.
It's the older guy. Oh, it's Ian. Oh yeah, it's Ian. Anything else though? Is that all?
No, that's everything I want to talk about anyway.
All right, you ready to get into the news?
Movie news. We need like a movie like song.
I know, Dylan.
It could just be this. Just movie news.
Dylan needs to add some like trumpets in there.
Fuck yeah. Make an epic beat out of that, Dylan.
Hell yeah.
Does he even watch this anymore?
He does. He's like 2 weeks behind, so he's probably watched.
Jesus Christ.
Well, he might be caught up now because he was on spring break, but he games and he listens to it in the background. So
that makes sense.
That's how he does it.
Listens to our bullshit and plays Fortnite probably.
He watched the one where he was in last week, though. I know he watched that.
Well, of course, because he's a fucking narcissist. He's got to see himself in everything.
He retweeted us. He was like, "Hey, I'm in this."
Did he?
One. Yeah, he retweeted it. You want to start with the movie news? You want me to start with it?
You can start if you fucking want.
Good. You know what's at the top of my fucking list?
Probably some bullshit.
Something about Jurassic World's title being
God
revealed.
damn it. This is also on my shit as well. I'm glad you talked about it because I would have fucking punched the screen.
Jurassic World Dominion is the official title for Jurassic
It's not like the worst name in the world. It's just kind of like generic. Like of all the names, you could have come up with like Dominion.
I also feel like the reveal was kind of like stupid. They're just like, hey, look, there's a set picture, and hey, look, there's the title.
That's usually how they do it now. It's like, oh, we got to be like fancy. Here's a slate, and then just a little title in the background.
I honestly thought we were gonna start getting a trend of in-game where they show the title in the first trailer or whatever, but that didn't happen. They did that with in-game and Star Wars, and I'm like, is people gonna follow suit with this? But
I don't think Jurassic World is as big as Star Wars or Avengers Endgame. All right, I don't think people give that much of a shit about Jurassic World.
The first two made like $3 billion combined. So
did the second one make $1 billion?
It did. It cracked $1 billion.
That's sad.
But I think that
was garbage.
The first one made it for this is my prediction. The first one made $1 billion for nostalgia alone.
Well, yeah.
The second one made $1 billion because I feel like the marketing was fantastic for the second one.
It was everywhere.
I remember seeing the trailers. I'm like, that actually looks like a good movie. Because like it was like a horror movie and like there was the Velociraptor on the roof and all that. But then I went and saw it and I was like, this is trash. But I don't know how the third one is gonna be. This could either make $1 billion or it could just plummet and make.
I mean, Colin Trevorrow's coming back and he did the first one, which the first one's not bad. It's not good either. It's just kind of
Colin
like
Trevorrow also did the short film, which I thought was pretty good.
Did he? I still haven't seen it because I don't care.
He directed the short film, and I'm like, it's pretty good.
So maybe it'll be all right.
Maybe, but I still don't care after the second one. So
yeah, hopefully they stop.
Or I guess technically it's the fifth one. Sixth? No,
this one will be the sixth.
The second one's the fifth. Yeah, I don't care about the fifth one. This one will be the sixth. It's weird saying that there's 6 Jurassic Park movies.
Yeah, I know. You would think that like Steven Spielberg would be like, "Hey, I'm making a movie, and that's it. It's just gonna be a movie." But he's like, "No, I need to make 2 more that are fucking garbage."
Speaking of Spielberg, that's a good segue.
Oh shit, that was unintentional.
Spielberg drops Indy 5.
Thank Christ.
James Mangold in talks to
Thank fucking Christ.
Who is James? I feel like I've heard that name.
James Mangold, director of 310 to Yuma, director of Walk the Line, director of fucking Logan, director of Ford versus Ferrari. James Mangold is a fantastic director.
That's what I was gonna say. I've heard that name. I don't know what he's directing.
And he also directed The Wolverine, which is underrated. All right.
And
go fuck yourself.
That's a topic on a different day. But this kind of gets me a little more excited for Indy 5. Do fucking Logan with Indy.
Oh man. Well, I don't want like
not
as like dark movie with like Indiana Jones as an old drunk, just like, oh, I'm dying.
Not that intense, but make it a little more light.
I think James Mangold in a lot of his movies, he nails like pacing, and I think he can make a really fun, just like classic Indiana Jones movie.
Will this ruin Indiana Jones because this is the first one not directed by Spielberg?
No, Spielberg already ruined Indiana Jones with the 4th one.
That's true. He put aliens in it.
It'll be leagues better. It has less of a chance of being ruined without Spielberg.
He also has lost his mind recently, so like I understand him dropping out of.
And also, Ready Player One was fucking terrible.
So is BFG or whatever.
I haven't seen The Big Fucking Giant, so I don't know.
It's bad. I didn't like it. So Spielberg has he's lost it over the years. He's gotten old. That's all it was. He's just gotten old.
I mean, that's usually the case with directors. They get old and they just kind of lose their minds. And they're like, "Oh, I gotta put CG everywhere." It's like, no, you don't.
We can't say that for George Lucas because he just had a one-hit wonder, and then he was just like, I can't make a movie ever again.
I mean, he's still like produced stuff and wrote stuff.
Producing doesn't count. I'm talking about directing.
I'm sure the idea of Indy 4 was all his fucking idea.
I 100%.
Oh, we need like aliens and shit in it.
Let's have aliens, but not call them aliens.
Let's not call them aliens. Let's call them interdimensional beings. But let's have them look like aliens and put them in a fucking UFO.
Yeah, they literally are in a flying saucer. Not even a cool looking spaceship. They're just in a generic,
just a normal saucer. Like, all right.
And let's have them burn out the villain's eyeballs at the end with their minds.
Well, I mean, that's appropriate, I guess.
But I remember watching
that happens in Raiders.
And I was like, what the fuck is happening? I guess I wasn't a small child.
No, we were like 15 when that movie came out, right?
No, that movie came out in 2008.
Did it for real? Jesus Christ.
That came out I think it came out in 2008.
So many movies in 2008?
I gotta know now.
I think it was 2008. That sounds right.
Yep, 2008. So that was fucking 12 years ago.
God damn.
Last indie film came out 12 years ago.
Jesus Christ.
I remember seeing the trailers for that movie. I was like, this is going to be amazing.
Yeah, I remember seeing that too, because we were the only like dumb kids who were like, oh, Indiana Jones is fucking great. And we were probably the only kids that fucking saw that movie in the theater.
We're probably the only kids that even knew who people are like, what?
Probably, yeah, because I remember taking a friend to the theater to go see Indiana Jones 4, and he had no fucking idea what was happening the entire time. Because he was like, who's Indiana Jones? Like, what is this? I was like, fuck you.
These people are missing out, man. Indiana Jones is great.
The Indiana Jones trilogy is fantastic. Fuck the fourth.
It's better than James Bond. Oh.
I mean, I feel like most people would probably agree with you on that.
You can't say that on the internet. People will go insane.
I don't think people give a shit about James Bond anymore.
Look at that. It's another segue in James Bond. Oh,
God damn.
Oh, my God. No Time to Die has a confirmed runtime for the longest Bond film in history.
3 hours and 8 minutes.
2 hours and 43 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty long. And then also, Bond has been delayed from April to November. So 7 months it has been delayed for the coronavirus.
I feel like that's a little weird because November is like Christmas, Thanksgiving time. And James Bond seems more like a summer thing for me.
They said they plan on releasing it on Thanksgiving, so it's a holiday movie.
I mean, that makes total sense because everyone's gonna be off. So hey, let's go to the movies. Let's go see James Bond. But it just doesn't seem like a family like holiday movie. It seems like a summer like fuck yeah, like action movie.
This movie also seems really slow.
It does. Well, the last one was slow,
and it's 2 hours and 43 minutes, and that's what scares me.
That's true.
I don't know if I'll see this, to be honest.
I don't know. I'll see it at some point in my life. I probably won't see it in theaters. There was one thing in the trailer that was like, I'm going to see this at some point. When Bond is like, he's like riding up steps on a motorcycle and he's this like sick ass jump and then the music like flares up. And I was like, that's actually pretty badass. That reminds me of like some Uncharted shit.
Because remember, we went and saw Spectre?
Yeah, we saw Spectre
in theaters. And I'm just like, I don't even know what's supposed to be nostalgia and what's not because I haven't seen any of the James Bond movies.
Yeah, Spectre was all right. I've seen like a couple of the Pierce Brosnan ones, but I don't really give a shit.
There are people ecstatic about No Time to Die being delayed. Like they're not ecstatic, but like pissed. I said the wrong word there. They're like pissed that it's being delayed. I've heard
it's still coming out.
I've heard on like 3 different like radio stations like I'm so mad that No Time to Die got delayed.
Were these radio hosts like 40 years old?
Yeah, they were sounded around that age.
Well, that's probably why. It's not like the movie. It's not like they were like, hey, this movie's not coming out anymore. Fuck y'all. It's coming out. You just gotta wait a little longer. God forbid. Jesus.
Right. And like
wait a couple months.
Just wait. I don't think there's people outside right now, like in line, be like, I'm waiting to get my ticket.
Nobody's camping out to see the new James Bond movie. All right.
No, this isn't Avengers. This isn't Star Wars. This isn't maybe Jurassic World. I don't fucking know. But like, it ain't.
I'd say it's Jurassic World.
You say it's on Jurassic World. I think it's a little higher than Jurassic World. Maybe. I don't know how big I can't rank the Bond franchise. I don't know how big it is.
I mean, it's been around for a long time and it has a solid fan base, but it's not like the biggest thing. Like these movies aren't coming out and just like fucking crushing the box office. Like they do okay.
And it's because they make a ton of those movies.
Yeah.
Same with Fast and Furious. Like, yeah, Fast and Furious has been around forever, but they just make a movie every 2 years, and that's why.
Yeah.
Fast 9 comes out in a couple months, which is kind of crazy. A couple weeks.
Does it really? Fuck.
I'm not
gonna see it because I haven't seen the other ones.
I haven't seen the other ones. Like when that dude came on the trailer, I was like, I don't know who the fuck this is, but everybody's like, oh, that's amazing. That Chinese.
It's weird that like everyone in the trailer, like I know all the characters' names, but I've never seen a Fast and Furious movie. I don't know why.
I know Dom. That's about it.
Yeah, I know Dom. I know like Ludacris. I don't know his name. Han was the Asian guy who comes back at the end. Like I know all these fucking characters, but I've never seen any of these movies.
And that's just what happens when a movie's franchise has been around for 20 years.
I guess.
They gotta hit 10 and then they'll
they're doing 10. I think Vin Diesel said he wants 10 to be a 2-parter.
2 parts? Oh my god.
Fast X Part 1 and Part 2. Fucking A.
Oh my god. Who's sitting there writing these? Like, how much like
Vin Diesel.
I can imagine he's sitting there writing. He's like, I'm running out of ideas, guys.
I need more money.
What happened to just having a street racing movie?
That's too like early 2000s, man.
Now we got like The Rock throwing cars at people.
The Rock's not even in him anymore.
Shooting rocket launcher. I mean, he's in Hobbs and Shaw, so he's still in the universe.
Yeah, I guess.
But like, we got Vin Diesel like doing. Because
that's what sells, Devin. A bunch of bald people shooting rockets at each other. All right.
This has nothing to do with anything, but that Vin Diesel movie is coming out. I don't know if you.
Oh, Bloodshot?
Yeah, Bloodshot.
When's that coming out?
It comes out the day you come up here.
Shit, dog.
Maybe we'll go see it.
Maybe. It looks really weird.
It looks like a movie where all the good stuff's in the trailer.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Which sucks because Bloodshot is actually like a solid comic.
It looks like it's gonna pull a Dark Tower and be. That's how I predict it. That's my prediction. It's on camera right now.
Every time you mention the Dark Tower, like the last episode when you fucking mentioned it like an asshole, I get like super depressed. You did, and I like yelled at you for it.
I don't even remember mentioning.
I get like super depressed because like, man, that movie should have been amazing.
It should have. You could have done so many amazing things.
It could have been Lord of the Rings with cowboys. Like, come on, that sounds fucking awesome.
You had Idris fucking Elba as your fucking main star, and then you had Matthew McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey as the villain. Like, that's awesome.
Like, come on, you had it set up perfectly. The chess pieces were in place, and you still fucking lost.
Idris Elba just like shoots him, and then he dies. It's like, all right, like that's how you kill him. Like, that sucks.
And the pacing's all over the place. Like, it's a bad
shit film.
It's a bad movie.
It's a shit film.
I wonder if Bloodshot reviews are out yet. I doubt it. It comes out in a week, so
probably not.
5.9 on IMDb. So
okay, I mean that's not terrible, but it's not very good either.
It's not out for Rotten Tomatoes yet. Nope. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe we'll see it. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll go see fucking Sonic. Who knows?
Fuck, I'd much rather see Sonic than the newest Vin Diesel flick.
Something else comes out next week too. I don't know what though.
I have no idea. I haven't been keeping track of movies coming out.
I don't know. What do you guys for some news though? Hit me with it.
This one's quick. Creed 3 is in development.
I saw this, and it's got King Richard as the writer. Did you see that?
Who?
The guy. It's a show I think called King Richard, and he's writing it. The guy wrote the show. Yeah, I think it's a show.
Is it a show?
I think it's like a Knights of the Round Table type. Maybe
is he black?
Is he black?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Because I feel like nowadays you can't make a black movie about a black character unless you are black.
I don't know who King Richard is, but I googled it. There's no show, so
fuck. He doesn't exist.
He doesn't. There's no writer. Have we been confirmed if what's his face is in this movie or not?
Who?
Not Michael J or not Michael B. Jordan, but Rocky
Stallone.
Rocky Balboa, Stallone. Yeah.
No, I mean, there's not a whole lot of information about this other than like, hey, we're working on it. He probably won't be in it though.
I saw on your Snapchat, you're like, if they take my idea for this,
my idea for it, I think is great, and if they even remotely, if there's anything in it. because I did write a brief like treatment for like a small little like bullshit thing for it. If any of those fucking things in that treatment that I wrote end up in this movie, I'm suing somebody. All right.
Don't say it. Don't say it because I know what you're talking about, and I'll back you up if if somebody's like uses your idea, but like you stole it from this guy.
Yeah,
I know you did. So don't put it on camera
bullshit.
because they'll listen to us just like they listen to
They'll
Marvel.
listen to it, and then they'll be like, "Hey, let's just take this fucking guy's idea and make millions, and then not give him a cent." Fuck you, Hollywood.
Fuck you, Hollywood. What else you got?
Who plays Puss in Boots?
I don't know what his name is.
Fucking
Spanish.
Antonio Banderas, you fucking swine.
I told you
he joins. He's joining the Uncharted film.
Oh yeah, I did see this. Is he the villain?
I have no idea. It would be awesome if he was Sully. Even though Sully's not like Spanish.
Is he gonna pull a Puss in Boots and just be like over the top?
I hope so.
Whatever the fuck he said, whatever kind of
I'm Puss and
Boots.
I mean, he's gonna be Spanish because he can't do an American accent. Like,
yeah, but like, is he gonna be like super over the top with everything he says and just like
I would love that.
This movie has to be kind of goofy. You can't make this movie. Like,
Uncharted is inherently Uncharted knows exactly what it is. Like, it doesn't take itself seriously. It knows exactly. Like, hey, this is a dumb like Indiana Jones thing.
Yeah, but do you think they're gonna make it goofy?
If they want to make a good movie, then yeah.
I don't know.
Make a serious Uncharted movie? What the fuck are you thinking?
It could just be Indiana Jones.
We're gonna make a dark, gritty, fucking everything's so serious and whatever. And Nathan Drake says fuck. Like, no.
He says it once, so we still get the PG-13 rating.
I hope he does it.
Because it'll be it'll be fucking Tom Holland saying it. I can't.
He can say shit and crap, but no fucks.
I can't imagine Tom Holland saying fuck.
So. Like, hey, fuck.
Like,
because that's what he sounds like.
Maybe, I don't know, but like he seems like he still seems like a small child to me, even though he's older. He's older than I am.
Is he older than you?
He's like a year older. He's like 22 or something.
That doesn't count. I could sit on him.
But like he just seems like a small child because he's in that movie Onward and he's Spider-Man and all that stuff.
Because he is. I think he cheated his way into Hollywood by lying about his age.
That's the movie that comes out next week. Is
Onward.
Yeah.
That movie looks dumb.
It's Pixar though. Like I'm sure it's.
Pixar hasn't made a good movie in like 10 years.
That's true. They made like The Good Dinosaur and then I don't know what else.
I didn't fucking like Inside Out, so
I haven't seen it.
Fuck off.
Everybody hates on me for not seeing it, but I haven't seen it.
You don't need to see it. It's dumb. Anybody who shits on you for not seeing a cartoon for kids needs to grow up.
People will be. I don't know when I just have discussions about Pixar movies, but it's happened. And people are like, "Have you seen Inside Out?" I'm like, "No," and they're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
I'm like, "Hey, have you seen like good movies, dude?"
I just be like, I've seen all the old ones. I've seen like
I've seen the ones that matter, like Monsters Inc. and Toy Story, like
Finding Nemo and Wall-E. I've seen all those.
Yeah, I've seen all the best Pixar movies. Fuck Incredibles too, but the first Incredibles is amazing.
First Incredibles is amazing. I remember going in Incredibles 2 hoping it would be as good. I knew it wouldn't.
I fucking hated that movie.
I knew it wouldn't be as good as the first one.
That movie was so stupid.
We went to theaters. I paid $70 for all of us to go see that movie.
Yeah, I know. I feel bad sometimes when we go see a movie and I just come out and I'm like, this is shit. I feel like I should be keeping track of how much money I owe you for these tickets and just pay you back for all the shitty time for all the movies you've had to pay for shit movies.
Bro, you owe me like $1,000 for Dark Tower.
Man. I mean, hey, it's worth it. The people who made Dark Tower owe us $1,000. All right.
Yeah, they should pay us to go see their fucking movie.
Yeah, because that was a pain to sit through.
They'd probably be like, you need to promote this movie and make it good. I'd be like,
fuck you.
I tell them yes, I do that, and then I'd shit all over it.
Well, that's illegal because they'd probably have you sign stuff.
No, I'd read the fine print and be like, okay, you just can't bash it in English, and then I'll say it in Spanish. And then be like, boom.
Fuck. You'll find a loophole.
I find a loophole.
I would just shit on it, like I don't care. Sue me. I don't give a fuck. You made a shit film.
I'd tweet out that it was garbage, and then be like, oh, that wasn't me. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I got hacked.
I got hacked. Just like every other celebrity says that happens whenever they post stuff they don't.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not a celebrity whatsoever, but I'm gonna pull that card out of my bag of tricks.
Oh, it's just a prank, bro.
It's just a prank. I fell on my phone and it just typed that on accident.
Speaking of pranks, Chris Evans joins the Little Shop of Horrors remake.
Oh, I like Chris Evans. I don't know.
I like Chris Evans, and I like musicals.
He always says that he wants to be in musical because he loves to tap dance and all that stuff. So
Fucking A, hell yeah, Captain America with tap shoes.
It makes sense. I don't know if you've ever watched like his interviews for movies he goes up to, but
I've seen some.
All of them I've seen are just like, oh, so you can tap dance. He's like, yeah, a little. And he's
I don't mean to like, brag, but yeah, I know how to tap. And then he gets up and immediately just does like a whole performance.
just like he's like,
if you insist, I'll do it.
He's like, I'm good looking. I got the big muscles. I'm Captain America, and I can also tap dance.
Fuck you, Chris Evans. I hate talented people. Talented people need to die on a fire.
Chris Evans is a fucking saint. All right, you can't hate Chris Evans.
I love Chris Evans, but he needs to like lose some of his talents.
Apparently, he has like severe anxiety, like severe.
I don't fucking believe that. You're Captain America, bro.
Like this guy met him, acts like he ran into him on the street, and like Chris Evans had to like just run away. He was having a panic attack when the guy met him, and he later tweeted out like Chris Evans like, I'm sorry about that guy that was trying to talk to me.
Like
but, like,
schizophrenic?
No, he just has panic attacks.
It's like, who's all these people running up towards me? It's like, are you aware that you're in movies, Chris Evans?
Are you aware that you're famous, Chris Evans?
Yeah, are you aware that you have fans?
And like you did the most anxiety-inducing job, I guess. You're on film for millions of people.
Yeah, don't be an actor. That's like that whole Kelly Marie Tran thing when she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna leave Instagram because a couple people are shitting on me for being in Star Wars." I'm like, you're an actor. Part of being an actor is like sucking it up and being a man. All right.
Also, when you join Star Wars, most likely a third of the fan base is not gonna like you.
Yeah.
No
she
matter
should have
who
anticipated
you are.
that. But oh no, I'm so sensitive. Fuck you.
Unless you're Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader, a third of the fan base will not like you.
Yeah.
That's how Star Wars is. I'm
How
sorry.
most fan bases are.
Star Wars just takes it to the extreme a little, I feel like.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
Like every new character that's came out, it's just like everybody's just like, well, I don't like them.
They are bad characters.
Even in like Rogue One and stuff, people are like, I don't like them.
I mean, those are also like bad characters.
I like the blind guy.
I do too, but he's in it like 10 minutes. And then he fucking dies because Disney hates Asians.
Well, they killed everybody in that movie, so I mean,
but he died first of the group. He died first, correct?
Did he?
I think he was the first one to go.
I think maybe you're right.
He died for Disney hates Asians.
Did the pilot
blew up? He blew up after. I think it went him. It went the Sharut Imwe, the blind guy, and then it went Baze Malthus, his like dumb friend, and then I think it went the pilot. Then it went the two dumb main white people.
No, the robot, and then
the robot died first.
Oh yeah,
but he's a robot, so he doesn't have a race, and he's black.
But spoilers for that. They also killed a fucking drag-eyed Forrest Whitaker in the beginning of that.
That's true.
Movie. So he technically died,
and he's also black. So like, what the fuck, Disney?
What the fuck, Disney? Greatest part of that film is the end with Darth Vader.
Greatest part is when the credits roll.
Rogue One's good.
Rogue One's fine.
It's the best prequel of all the prequels.
That's fucking not saying anything.
But you can't deny it.
I'm not. I've literally just said Rogue One's fine. It's just not great, and
it's better than all the other prequels. I mean, there are diehard prequel fans out there that will castrate me for saying
people need to shut up.
Like, the prequels aren't good film, people. They're not.
They're not. Like, you're allowed to like whatever movies you want, but if someone comes up to me and tries to like, oh, the prequels are great, I'm gonna just tell you to go fuck yourself.
I'm fine with people liking the prequels. That's their opinion.
I'm not.
That's their opinion. But like, if they like try to tell me why I don't like the prequels and I should, I'm like, no, stop.
Oh, you don't understand, bro. They're deep.
Don't force your stupid opinions about the prequels on me.
You just hate George Lucas.
I do hate George Lucas. He's ruined Star Wars partially.
You just don't like humor.
Nothing about the prequels is funny. Oh,
I mean, they're pretty bad.
It's poop funny. And fart jokes. They're funny unintentionally.
Yeah. What if that was George Lucas's plan though? What if he was like, I'm gonna make 3 really shit films on purpose?
I feel like it was a bet, to be honest. He's like, this was his bet. They were like, I bet you can't make a bad Star Wars film and it make money. You're like, you want to bet?
He's like, you want to fucking bet? That's my forte, motherfucker.
I can make the most boring dialogue where no one speaks over a certain.
And I won't direct anyone.
And I won't. Even
I'll do it all on blue screen.
Motherfucking Jackson won't express any emotion.
He won't emote.
And it will still make over $1 billion. I guarantee.
And I think all three of them did. So
yeah, even I think one of them may have not, but like if you inflate it, it made $1 billion.
But yeah, those movies made bank
because it has Star Wars on it.
Yeah, exactly. Star Wars, even fucking Rise of Skywalker made $1 billion.
It didn't make as much as they predicted, so
it didn't, but it still made money.
Fucking, well, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to get into it.
Moving on. Have you seen the cult classic Halloween flick Hocus Pocus?
No, but I've heard of it.
You fuck. There's a Hocus Pocus 2 apparently coming to Disney Plus.
Have you seen it?
I saw it because they used to play it on Disney Channel all the time. I saw it like a long time ago. I don't really give a shit about Hocus Pocus like at all. No, Doug Jones is in it though, so that's cool.
I didn't see it. I'm sure it's on Disney Plus. I could watch it if I wanted to, but
it probably is. Yeah,
making a Hocus Pocus 2. They're continuing the trend of going back to movies that don't need sequels.
Yeah, they're because they're out of ideas.
And that's what Disney is doing. They're making sequels to movies that don't need sequels, and then remaking movies that don't need to be remade. So.
Yeah, because they're out of ideas. They don't have. They're like, fuck.
All our good writers left. What are we gonna do? Let's just redo what they did.
Let's just redo everything. Nobody will even notice.
Nobody will even notice. Speaking of Disney, I got some Disney news. Bob Iger steps down as Disney's
CEO.
This,
yes.
And we got another Bob replacing him, Bob Chaplin or something.
He's the bald guy, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen.
I've seen a photo of him. I think he's bald.
This apparently has been planned for a while, so it's not like super big news. But Bob Iger's retiring. He's been
he watched The Last Jedi and was like, "Fuck, I need to get out of here."
Probably. He's like, "Look what I did to Star Wars."
He's like, "Fuck, this was a huge mistake. I'm not taking responsibility for this shit."
This was a huge mistake. He's been CEO since I think 2006 or 5 or something. So he's been CEO for a while, and he's grown. He's like doubled the size of Disney since then. So he did a good job.
How do you think this new guy's gonna do?
He's apparently been shadowing Bob Iger, so he may just become a mini Bob Iger. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if it'll affect any of the movie stuff that Disney's doing. I don't know. Maybe he'll cancel Marvel forever. Who knows? Fucking.
I don't. I feel like he would cancel Star Wars over Marvel.
I don't know. Maybe
Marvel's making all of their money is coming from Marvel, basically.
Maybe he hates Star Wars, or maybe he likes Star Wars but hates Marvel for some reason.
He's like, what's all this fucking Iron Man shit?
He's been talking to Martin Scorsese, and he's like, that's not fucking cinema.
He's like, you're right. That shit ain't cinema.
That shit ain't cinema. I'm canceling that.
We got to make more movies about laser swords.
Yeah, that's cinema.
That's the shit I grew up with.
Bring back Mark Hamill. Bring back Harrison Ford.
We already did that.
We're doing it again.
Fuck you.
I don't know. I don't feel like this guy will make that big changes. I don't know if he has the power to be able to make that kind of a big changes, but I'm sure he has. I'm sure there's a board of directors he has to speak to. So
probably he's probably gonna do fucking nothing and just sit in his desk all day and count his money
and make money. I think I still predict that one day Kevin Feige will have that job. Maybe not soon, but
maybe when he's like 86, probably.
He's slowly moving up the Disney totem pole.
He will at some point.
I think that's been his plan all along. He's like, this will make Marvel really good.
Infiltrate Disney. Let's make a series of good movies, and then I'll get into the chairman position,
and then I'll just take over the world.
And I'll take over the whole fucking world.
See, he seems like he's like a nice guy, but underneath that hat, he's losing his hair from this plan that he's got going on.
He's turning into Lex Luthor.
Yeah, he's gonna. Where's Superman? We gotta have Superman to the Lex Luthor. Who's gonna be Superman?
Who would be like Kevin Feige's Lex Luthor? Who would be Superman?
Let's just get
Martin Scorsese.
I say just get Henry Cavill.
Just get Henry Cavill and tell him to put him in Kevin Feige.
I mean, I'm sure he could take Kevin Feige. He's a pretty big dude.
Yeah, Kevin Feige's also like 50. I could probably take Kevin Feige.
I say we just get every superhero actor and like make an army out of them.
Oh my god.
Be like,
we'd have to pay Robert Downey Jr. like a fuck ton though.
No, we don't have to get him because he's just in. We just gotta get somebody in a suit. We don't have to get him
We gotta get someone in a mocap suit.
in a mocap suit because I don't think he's usually on set for a lot of stuff.
No, he's probably not.
But like we can get Chris Evans, we can get Chris Hemsworth, we can get Chris Pratt, even though Chris Pratt's kind of chubby. We can get Chris Pratt.
Yeah, he's fine.
And we can get all the Chris's. We can get Chris Pine because he's in fucking Wonder Woman.
He's not a superhero though.
But he was in it.
He's just a man.
And his name's Chris. So we got to do it.
Yeah, his name's Chris.
We got to do it. Anybody who's named Chris is automatically on the team.
Yeah, basically. Speaking of Chris's and Marvel, the Russo brothers tweeted out an image from their new movie. Have you heard about this?
Wait, what's their new movie? I remember. I
It's
remember
called Cherry, starring Tom Holland.
Oh yeah.
And it's like apparently it's like a dark drama, and everyone's saying like, "Oh, Tom Holland's so like unrecognizable." But when you look at the image, it's literally just Tom Holland with like emo hair. I'm like, he looks like Tom Holland.
Oh, he's got emo hair. I thought he cut all of his hair for it.
No, he looks like Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 3.
Ew.
That, like emo, like the bangs look, and I'm like, he just looks like Tom Holland. Like, why is everybody losing the shit?
Ew. Why does he look like Tobey Maguire? Ew.
I don't know.
At least he doesn't look like that in Spider-Man 3, because then that.
Well, yeah, we will never see that ever again.
I mean, I could see Sony trying to do it again, but
we need the emo hair is essential. All right,
essential. I mean, they did it in fucking Spider-Verse. They made fun of it, so
they made fun of it. Yeah,
maybe they have learned their lesson. I don't know. I got some big news. All right, this may like make sure that our movie
like ruin my day.
No, this will make you laugh probably, but it may make sure that this movie or this video makes no money whatsoever because it's not good for YouTube. But
it's porn. What the fuck are you talking?
It literally is. Just wait for it. Wait for it. Pornhub to release first ever non-adult film. It's about a black lesbian strip club culture.
So Pornhub is releasing a movie.
It's releasing a movie, but it's not a porn movie. It's
why?
It's just a legit movie. I don't know. They're expanding their market.
I mean, there's gonna be nudity in it. It's about strippers,
right? But it's not about porn.
Sex.
There's a story and like stuff happens.
Everything that Pornhub is known for, that people like about Pornhub, is not gonna be in the movie.
Imagine going to the theater and the Pornhub logo pops up.
A film about Pornhub.
What the fuck is this? What am I watching? What did I just walk into?
Imagine it's like PG.
Oh shit! It's a G. It's a G
strip club movie presented by Pornhub.
I don't know. It says it's about black lesbian strip club culture, so it may be like a documentary type thing. I don't know.
Culture? What the fuck is the culture? You get on a pole and you dance, and people throw money at you, and then they spend too much on hot wings.
There's a culture on it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know, but I just found it funny, and I was like, "That's a film. We could talk about it on our podcast." I had to throw it in our news because I was like, "It's a film, and we talk about films." So
I guess it's technically a film.
I don't know if this is being released in theaters. I highly doubt it, considering it's Pornhub.
That'd be amazing. Were they going to put it on Pornhub? Like, are they going to put it on the website?
They might. They might
be like, going to watch it because the website's full of porn. People are going to get distracted by the porn.
They may put it on there for the Pornhub premium people.
Maybe.
So like, oh, you got to pay to watch this movie.
You got to pay to watch it. Be like, fuck you! I just watched the free porn.
So, I just watched the free porn.
Yeah, I'm not going to pay a subscription to see a shitty non-pornographic film on a porn website.
Maybe they'll make a whole new website that's dedicated to non-porn movies.
Non-pornographic hub.
They're branching out, man. They're going to be the new Netflix, but for porn.
No, Netflix, but for porn.
Yeah,
that's the tagline on the website.
That's basically what their website is.
But yeah, that's basically what they are already.
But yeah, we're Netflix for porn. That's going to be their slogan.
we're porn flicks.
Porn. I mean, they already got Pornhub. I mean, that's considered, I guess. We're losing all of our money off this video that
we're not making any fucking money on this anymore.
Our 5 cents that we make off these videos.
Dude, I wish I was making 5 cents on this video. All right.
My last piece of movie news. You ready for this? I don't know. You may have.
I don't know. I wasn't ready for the last piece of news.
Oh, this one is not as intense at all as the other one. But you may have heard of this they were talking about this on the news. Apparently this is going to break movies forever. So I guess it can be intense. Apple doesn't let bad guys in movies.
Yeah, Ryan Johnson was talking about this.
And apparently that has to do with the Knives Out movie or something. Is that what it was?
Well, I think no, because he was making Knives Out and he wanted to like talk to Apple, and they were like, "You can use our products, but like no evil bitches can use it or whatever."
Yeah. So it's just like, oh, there's a spoiler for every mystery movie ever. I guess.
Yeah, that fucking sucks.
Unless no one has iPhones, and you're like, because everybody
don't get an iPhone, right? iPhones for one suck. They're boring as shit. Steve Jobs would look at these new iPhones and call them abominations and tell you to go fuck yourself. And also, like, villains are cool. So if you want a cool phone, use the villain's phone, all right?
Plus, villains usually have like flip phones anyways because they can break them.
Yeah. You snap those bitches in half, throw them away, get a new one.
You can't snap an iPhone. I mean, you probably could, but it'd take some effort.
You could if you tried.
It takes some effort to
probably like me it.
Just if somebody did that in a movie, I'd probably laugh.
You could pull a Batman Bane thing where you just fucking crack it over your knee.
If they need their iPhone in the middle of the movie, I can see.
That'd be great.
I could see an iPad, but an iPhone, I don't know why.
They just do that. I mean, an iPad would be. You could do that as well, but it'd be a lot harder because it's a thick fucking iPad.
But it's bigger. I feel like you have more surface area. You could
yeah, you do, but you could still do that with an iPhone. iPhones are pretty fucking big.
I guess I don't know. Somebody needs to do that now because now I can't.
We should do it. Let's go get a $700 iPhone.
No, fuck
crack
that.
it in half, and then we'll be millionaires, dude.
No, I'd rather get a $2 iPhone 1 and just break that in half.
I mean, hey, I don't know. iPhone 1s are still pretty expensive.
Well, we'll get the cheapest one. And we'll just
that shit's vintage, all right.
Or we'll just make an iPhone out of like a cardboard box.
Or we just don't give any money to Apple.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We make an iPhone out of cardboard box.
It's a fake iPhone.
We just snap.
I have an old iPod lying around. We could do that with that iPod.
There you go. There you go.
Crack it in half.
Nobody uses iPods anymore because you can just do your phone. So
yeah, basically.
Poor Apple losing the money. That's all my movie news. So if you got anything else,
that's all the non-comic book movie news that I have.
I got some TV news though.
I have some TV news too.
Is it about the same thing?
Probably. I don't know what your fucking TV news is. I haven't seen your list.
Well, who you want to say yours? You want me to say it?
If it's what I think you're gonna say, I want to fucking talk about it.
All right, you say it then.
Last of Us, get an HBO television show.
That's what it was. And it's made by the guys who made Chernobyl, and that show is apparently fantastic.
I've heard it was fantastic. I still haven't seen it because fuck TV.
I haven't seen it either, but that makes me excited for this.
I mean, I guess I know Neil Druckmann, the creator of the game. He was talking about like 4 years ago. He's like, "Oh, we're making a movie," and then that I guess just kind of disappeared. So I don't know if this is still gonna happen because he said the movie like, "Oh, it's coming out," and it never did. So this could just kind of like fade into nothing. We don't need this because it's like if it's different from the first game, people aren't gonna like it. But if it's exactly the same story as the game, then it's like, what's the point?
I was gonna say, like, is it about Joel or is it about like somebody else?
It probably will be. It'd be really cool. And this is kind of what I wanted The Last of Us 2 to be, where it's like it's set in the world, but it's just about like here's someone else going on another adventure. Like it doesn't necessarily need to be about Joel and Ellie going on with it. Like it'd be cool if the show was that, where it's like it takes place in the same world, but just with different characters doing different things. Like that'd be awesome. But it'll probably be about Joel and Ellie because that's what people know from The Last of Us.
Probably. If they do that, cast Hugh Jackman as Joel, and I will,
fucking A. I was just about to say that.
I will jump right on that.
He would be an awesome fucking Joel with that beard and shit.
Oh, he can do it. Do it easy.
Have you seen the movie Prisoners with Hugh Jackman?
No, I haven't.
Fucking watch that. His performance in the movie solidifies like he's Joel. Like he's incredible in that.
But God, I was gonna say, does he do TV? Like, would he do a TV show? You think?
I mean, probably. He hasn't really done like a movie in a while. He's been doing mostly like stage stuff.
He likes his Broadway.
So. Yeah. So maybe if you tell him it's a musical, then maybe.
This is a musical, a zombie musical.
A zombie musical.
And then he'll get on set and be like, "Where's the music?"
He didn't read the script. Just say, "Hey, where's the music? What the fuck?"
I showed up to tap dance, and they're like, "We don't do that here."
We don't do that shit here, all right?
This is a serious.
This is HBO. Who do you think this is? You think this is fucking Netflix? Fuck you.
I also think I don't know if you know this, but HBO passed on The Walking Dead initially, and I think this is their way of trying to make up for it. They're like, oh, let's.
I mean, they probably like passed on The Walking Dead because they're like, hey, this is a dumb fucking idea.
Well, I mean, the first they passed on the first season, which is your favorite season, so
it's the best season of the show because it's great.
That's debatable. But
it could be, but Last of Us isn't really about the zombies, though.
It's not, but I also feel like they're like, it's zombies. We're kind of late on the train, so let's just kind of do it.
Yeah. And I think that'll also be a thing that like hurts it, even if it comes out, because people are kind of just like, who gives a shit about zombies anymore?
Like if zombies are kind of like they've been done over and over and over. It's just like it's in the now. It's not in the now anymore. It was back in the day.
It was 10 years ago when The Walking Dead started.
Yeah, and that show still continues, and I haven't watched a new episode since. I think I finally stopped watching officially. So
that's
good for me.
You should have stopped watching a long time ago.
Like I think 2 or 3 episodes have come out, and I haven't watched them. So.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm officially off the bandwagon.
Good.
I fell off the wagon, Wade.
Are you gonna watch the movies?
We'll see I'll see after the trailer.
Weak son of a bitch.
The only thing is,
watch those movies.
I like Andrew Lincoln.
So,
and if it's got a good trailer, I'm gonna be like, maybe.
I like Michael Fassbender. That doesn't mean I have to watch everything he's in.
But you do.
I don't, because I haven't seen everything he's in.
But you want to.
I want to because of him, but I don't.
Exactly. So
it's not the same thing.
If you were making this show though, would you make it like a short show, kind of a medium show? How would you do this? What would you do?
I'd make it.
What are the episode links?
It'll probably, because this is every show now is kind of doing this now, which is good. It'll probably be 8 episodes, each episode being an hour, probably.
That's what you think?
Probably, yeah.
I can see that.
Or you could do 4. I think the smartest thing, because The Last of Us takes place over like all 4 seasons, I think 4 episodes, each one like 2 hours.
Damn, I don't know if has that happened before? Is there TV shows that are 2 hours?
I mean, Sherlock, the BBC Sherlock show was like an hour and a half each episode.
See, like that's just like you're making like 4 movies back.
Yeah, why not? You can do whatever the fuck you want.
You could, but I'd rather have.
I think Game of Thrones. I think they've had a couple like 2.5 hour episodes.
Oh yeah, I think they have. But
I'd rather have company.
I agree with you. I'd rather have 4 really good episodes than 8 not very good episodes.
Because I mean, how many is this going to be? Like a season thing? Are we going to get like 5 seasons of this show?
Is this a limited series or whatever?
I'd prefer it to be a limited series.
So I don't.
Here's 4 episodes of just like this small little story.
I honestly thought of all the like platforms that were going to make this show, I thought it'd be Netflix, but HBO jumped on it, which is kind of good because I mean HBO has Game of Thrones under its belt, so I mean they can.
Yeah, I mean HBO's not afraid to like do dark fucking shit.
No, and they have the most adult TV shows on TV right now that aren't Netflix and stuff like that. So
yeah, I honestly prefer HBO over Netflix.
I do too, but I always thought Netflix would be the one to jump on this.
Yeah, that seems like The Witcher. I think The Witcher on Netflix is great, but if it was on HBO, like fuck, that'd be the best goddamn thing ever.
So we'll see how it goes.
We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't suck. If this sucks, I'm gonna go to Sony Studios and I'm gonna punch Neil Druckmann in the face.
Can I go with you?
You can if you want. Yeah, we can punch them together.
We'll film it. We'll document it.
Well, no, because then we'll go to jail. Because
no, it's just
we filmed us assaulting somebody, Devin. That's not.
I'll wear a black mask. You wear a white mask, and they'll never know.
Oh my god, it's like Good Time.
They'll never know. I'll wear Jason Momoa.
You wear a mask of my face, and then I'll wear a mask of your face.
No, that's stupid. We don't do that.
And then when we leave, we'll take them off, and then they won't know who's who.
You wear a Jim Carrey mask.
Oh my god! Can I wear a Jim Carrey as the mask?
Yes.
Fucking A.
And then I'll wear like a Tom Cruise mask or something.
Neil, what happened? Oh, I got punched by fucking Jim Carrey and Tom Cruise.
They'll be so realistic they won't know.
You have to crouch down a little bit because you're too tall to be Tom Cruise.
Ah, damn, you're right. I can't do that. Who's tall? I'll be Conan O'Brien.
Oh my god, lanky fucking Conan O'Brien.
I'm not as tall as Conan, but I think I could pull it.
We're both of us are about the same height. Like I think he's a 6'4". We're like a couple inches shorter than him.
I think he's 6'5". I think he's 6'5".
Fucking hell.
He's a tall dude.
He's a tall motherfucker. I thought he was 6'4".
I'm about to look real quick. So if we pull this off, I need to know how much heel I need to get for my shoes.
If it's 6'5", that's insane.
I'm pretty sure he is. Conan O'Brien height. 6'4". You're right. 6'4". I could be Jimmy Fallon. He's 6 foot.
Why would anyone ever want to be Jimmy Fallon?
Because he was in Jurassic World.
Oh man, that iconic scene where he acts like a dumbass and like has something explode in his face.
I remember when we were in the theaters watching that, you were just like, "What the what?"
Yeah, I was just like, "What the fuck?"
He just showed up for no reason.
Because it's so weird. Because it looks like it's shot in a different place, which it probably was. It was probably just shot like in his studio, and they just threw it in. I'm like, you didn't need this.
Yeah, it's just like a weird like tutorial video in a ball.
Yeah, it's like when they get actors to like Skype in for movies. I'm like, this is fucking weird.
And like of all the actors, you pick Jimmy Fallon.
Why didn't you get Steve Harvey? Why do dinosaurs hate black people so much?
I don't know. Where's Idris Elba?
Fuck, that'd be awesome.
I want Idris Elba in a Jurassic Park movie now.
I want him to be the T-Rex.
He's got the tiny little
tiny little arms. He's like, I'm fucking Idris Elba, and they're just like, well, you got little bitch arms, so fuck you.
You got little bitch arms. Okay. I don't know why that was so funny to me, but
they got little like bitch arms. That's why their heads are so big to compensate.
When you said that, though, I also thought of Meet the Robinsons, where that T-Rex,
big head and little arms.
I got a big head and little arms. Oh man,
fucking quality content.
Quality. I got some Star Wars news. You want to hear?
I got one more TV thing.
Oh, do you? Okay, all right. Yes. Hit me with it.
Taika Waititi will write, direct, and produce 2 animated series for Netflix. One being about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the other being about the Oompa Loompas.
Are they connected? I'm guessing.
I don't know.
And they're animated?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how to feel about this, to be honest.
I mean, I'm kind of indifferent. I'm not like, I love Willy Wonka the movie. I've never read the fucking books.
I mean, honestly, a Taika Waititi directed Oompa Loompa show sounds kind of amazing, but
it could be. I hope it isn't like the Minions or anything.
No, don't do that.
Because I feel like it could just be the Minions, but with Oompa Loompas.
Yeah, don't do that. But like Taika's got he's got a wacky little personality. I think he can make an Oompa Loompa show kind of funny.
He probably could.
I don't know about this Willy Wonka show because
yeah, what are you gonna do? Like the whole book is like a bunch of kids come to my factory and then they leave.
Right? Are you gonna do
like the story?
Like he's gonna be prepping for before the kids get there.
Each episode is the kids dying in a fucking horrific way, like they do in the movie.
Oh shit! It's the first batch of kids that all of them didn't make.
Oh my god, that's how he makes the candy. Fuck. That's why his candy's so good. Because it's made with the souls and the flesh of dead kids.
It's got children in it.
Fuck. We know your secret, fucking Willy Wonka.
We know your secret. We know what's in that.
Get those like the actual Willy Wonka like chocolate bars they used to make?
Back in the day, I did. I haven't had one.
Every time I went to Blockbuster, I used to get like the chocolate bars and stuff. They were fucking really good.
I was gonna say, do they even still sell those? I haven't seen them.
They still sell like Nerds. I don't know if they sell anything else.
Yeah, they sell the Wonka Nerds. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, which those are really good.
They need to bring back the chocolate.
The Nerds rope. I don't know if they still sell that, but that was
I remember the rope.
That's probably like some of the best candy I've ever eaten.
Diabetes on a rope, but
that's why it's amazing.
It was good.
So like I used to rent like 7 Power Rangers movies and then get like 7 fucking Nerds ropes and just go ham on a weekend. Like fuck.
That seems like something
Oh my god, I would do that now. If Blockbuster was still around, I'd go rent like 7 like I don't know Ninja Turtles movies and then get like 7 chocolate bars and just be like fucking A. I got my weekend plan.
And then you get some Skittles and be like,
of course I gotta get Skittles. All right,
that's your favorite candy, Skittles.
I love Skittles. Skittles and Sour Patch Kids.
I know your favorites. I know.
Okay.
All right, you ready for some Star Wars news that you already know about, or we got to talk about it?
Yes, the Star Wars. This news is like fucking made my brain itch. Like I fucking hate it. I hate this.
Lucasfilm to launch Star Wars: The High Republic campaign in 2020.
I didn't know about this.
We talked about this. I think it's the same thing. You just didn't know what it was called.
Oh, is this that movie?
Wait,
What
which
is it?
movie?
That
What
movie
movie?
they were talking about that took place like 1,000 years ago.
Yes, this is similar to that, but they're launching the comic book series first.
Oh,
so,
fuck you.
so they're gonna do a comic book series or a book series or something first, and then I think if they're like, if it does well, we're gonna make a movie.
That's dumb because they're not going to follow the continuity of those comics anyway.
No,
The movies will have things in it that contradict the comics, and they'll be like, forget about the comics.
forget about the comics.
So it's like, what's the point of this?
I don't know, but like it doesn't take 1,000 years before; it's 200 years before Phantom Menace. So that's what they've said.
Is Darth Maul going to be in this fucking thing somehow?
No, but Yoda probably will be.
God damn it.
And it's supposed to. This is supposed to be the golden age of Jedi. So like we're gonna have lightsaber galore everywhere.
What about the
It's gonna be
Sith?
The Sith are all around. I think. Yeah,
Is this before the Rule of Two?
I think this is. I don't know Star Wars lore that much in depth. I think this is around when the Rule of Two was taking place. So like we may see that in a movie. I don't know. Like we may see a Sith mow down a bunch of other Sith and be like, "There's only two now."
I just thought of the most depressing fucking thing.
What?
Palpatine's probably going to show up in this fucking movie.
200 years before? No, I don't think so.
Well, speaking of our other news, apparently he was a fucking clone in
Yeah.
Rise of Skywalker. Who's to say he didn't have fucking more clones running around throughout time?
I
Fucking up
wasn't
the
gonna
timeline.
mention that because I thought it was stupid
It is stupid.
and it ruins all of Star Wars basically. But
It is.
because apparently he's a clone like during Empire and stuff like that. Like,
Did they confirm that as well?
yeah, they, like during the original trilogy, he's also a clone or something.
And apparently Ray's dad was a fucking clone as well. So like everyone's just fucking clones.
It's just like, what are you doing? Like, are you just throwing stuff and just trying to piss people off? Because that sounds like what you're doing, Disney.
I think that's what they're doing.
Like they're just like, let's say this and let's piss people off more.
Let's just piss everybody off because fuck them.
And apparently something came out with the prologue comic or something.
Oh, the novelization?
Yeah, and people are pissed about. I don't know what it was. I didn't read on
I
it,
think it was all the clone stuff.
but people were pissed on it. And apparently they said that what's his face had a scene where it explained that he was a clone in the movie, and they cut it out.
Yeah, Ian McDermott was like, yeah, there was a scene in the reveal of Palpatine was supposed to include a line where he says something about being a clone, and of course they cut out the fucking context.
Right.
So it literally, when you watch the movie, he just goes, "I'm back."
He didn't say that. He's just like, I've been
like,
around
"I'm here.
forever.
I've been around for 30 years, but I've been hiding for no fucking reason,
God,
and I'm also a clone.
that fucking movie's garbage, man.
I fucking hate Star Wars.
I know to you, there's only 3 films.
Yes, because there are. Everything else after is a George Lucas fever dream.
Everything else after didn't happen.
Didn't happen. It's not canon.
I think one day you may become like rich and you're just gonna buy Lucasfilm back from Disney and be like, you fuckers.
I would
ruined
buy
it.
Lucasfilm and then say like, "Hey, none of this shit is canon.
I'm redoing it all.
I'm not touching it. What I'm gonna do? The only thing I'd fucking do with the Lucasfilm property is release the unaltered versions on Blu-ray, and I'd make so much goddamn money.
Why hasn't Disney done it? They bought Fox. They have the.
There's probably something in their contract from George Lucas that was like, "Hey, don't touch my fucking movies.
Probably
I'll fucking assassinate all of you."
he's probably like, I added the CG shit. It's staying.
That's my perfect vision. All right,
That's my vision.
my perfect vision that keeps changing with each release.
Oh god, bring back a human Jabba. Bring it back.
No, no.
Bring it back.
Why do you hate Star Wars?
I don't like the scene where Han Solo walks behind Jabba and
Oh my god!
they obviously like cut him out, moved the cut, and then he just appeared back on the other side.
I haven't seen the special editions in like years. I have them on DVD, and I went back on Disney Plus and like watched a little bit of them. That fucking scene, I just spit on my laptop,
bad.
is terrible. It looks so fucking bad. I'm like, how, even George Lucas, how the fuck does George Lucas look at that and go, yeah, that looks good? What is he smoking?
Didn't they redo that effect in like 2002 or something? Like, it wasn't even that long ago. And it still looks awful.
How about you just take out the fucking scene?
Like, it's kind of unneeded. You don't really need it.
It is unneeded. Jabba acts completely different in that than he does in fucking Return of the Jedi. He's a completely different character.
Plus, it's way cooler to reveal Jabba in Return of the Jedi than to have him in Episode 4. So.
But it's my perfect vision. No.
It's poetry. It rhymes.
It's poetry. It rhymes.
Yeah, fucking George Lucas, man. Go jump in a hole.
Fuck you, George Lucas.
Fuck you, Georgie.
At the same time, thank you for creating Star Wars, but still, fuck you.
You had a cool idea, but you ruined it.
You got lucky.
You got lucky. I mean, he did. He really did.
He did. He made one good movie, and then it blew up way beyond his expectations.
This is kind of off topic from Star Wars or whatever we're talking about, but do you think this new Dune movie will be anywhere? People are saying this is the next Star Wars, man.
Everyone's saying that, and that pisses me off because there's not like there's no footage, there's no trailers. There's not even like a full cast yet, and everyone's already saying like, oh, this is gonna be the next Star Wars. Wait until there's a fucking trailer at least.
Only because
before you say that, because this movie could come out and be utter garbage like the original Dune movie.
It's based off of the books, or something, and the books are apparently really good. But that doesn't mean the movie's gonna be good.
Doesn't mean the movie's gonna be good, guys.
No,
you're hyping up a movie way too much before you even have seen anything from it, and then the movie's gonna come out and you're gonna shit on it. But it's not gonna be the movie's fault. It's gonna be your fault for hyping it up.
Plus, the next Star Wars is gonna be something that you've never heard of, probably.
Yeah, the next Star Wars is gonna be like an original thing. It's not gonna be an adaptation, or it's not gonna be. I know Star Wars technically isn't the most like original thing in the world, but it's not like there wasn't a book called Star Wars that George Lucas adapted.
Right. It's not something based off like something else, or like based off literature that's happened before. It'll be a small indie film that blows up and becomes something. That's what Star Wars was, and that's what the next Star Wars will be. It'll be like Quentin Tarantino makes a movie called like The Naked Truckers from Oklahoma, and then that blows up, and it's like, fuck, this is the next Star Wars. In space.
In 3D.
Remember when trailers used to have that in 3D?
Fuck, I'm glad they got rid of that bullshit.
Every movie's still in 3D though, even though I've never once been to the theater and somebody's like, I want to see this in 3D.
I don't think I've ever seen a movie in the theaters in 3D. I can't even think of one.
I may have seen one when 3D was like becoming a big thing, but it
may have been like Shark Boy and Lava Girl, like a long time ago.
I don't know if I saw that. I don't think I saw that in theaters.
I saw that in the theaters, and I had it on DVD for the longest time.
But nobody goes to a movie and is like, I'm seeing this in 3D.
I'm seeing this fucking thing in 3D.
I guarantee you, if you go into a 3D theater, it's empty. That or there's like some old people there.
I mean, I'm sure there's some people that are like, hey, I want to see this in 3D because I'm sure Spider-Verse, I'm sure would have been amazing in fucking 3D.
Maybe, I don't know, but
I didn't see it because it was 8:00 at night and I didn't want to have my fucking.
Don't want to watch. If you have to have 3D to make your movie good, I don't want to watch it.
I mean, that's fair.
That's just how it is. So
just do what they used to do. And not have actual 3D, just have fucking things like hold your hand out to the screen.
Like Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Yeah.
And Spy Kids 3 and all that
stuff. Spy Kids 3, the best movie ever made, all right?
No. It's
fucking A. Elijah Wood is in that movie for like a second and then he fucking dies.
He blows up.
Yeah,
that movie's utter fucking garbage.
Spy Kids 1 and 2, though, are fucking awesome.
Oh, I love Spy Kids 1 and 2. 3 is not good.
Fucking awesome. 3 can go fuck itself.
I haven't seen 4, so
even though Stallone is like the villain in 3, which is hilarious.
I haven't seen the 4th one.
I haven't either. Fuck it.
You ready to move on to Marvel?
Apparently, speaking of, just before we go on, apparently the 4th one in the theaters was 4D, and it came with like scratch and sniff stuff. Oh. And there was one scene where like the baby like shit in the diaper and you had to like scratch it off. I don't know. That's what I've heard. I didn't see it, but that's kind of fucking. That's hilarious. That's true.
Why? Why would
quality cinema?
Let's make shit smell in the theater.
Let's put shit on a card. Let's have the audience experience what shit smells like while they're trying to relax in a movie.
Everyone knows what shit smells like. You can imagine.
Not baby shit.
I don't care.
It's a little bit more pungent.
Shit is shit, and everyone does it.
I mean, that's fair.
So, all right, you ready to move on to Marvel and DC?
Marvel news.
Are we doing Marvel first? All
If you
right.
want to, I already said the fucking Marvel thing.
All right. Well, I guess we're doing it.
So we're doing Marvel.
All right. I'll start with. I only have 3. I don't know if you have any.
I have 1.
You have 1,
and it's probably on your.
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't been keeping tabs with Marvel news right.
There hasn't been a lot.
No, they've been kind of slumped the past week.
Yeah.
But I'll start with the least cool news to the most cool news, I would say. So, Marvel Studios Spider-Man 3 working title is Serenity Now. That has nothing to do with anything, probably, but I'm just saying that's what it is.
Well, that's a Seinfeld joke.
It is. That all of the Spider-Man movies have had Seinfeld
which is
jokes.
Weird. I don't like why.
I don't know, but
it's funny, but like why Seinfeld of all things?
Because Seinfeld's great. So
it is, but like, what does Seinfeld have to do with Spider-Man?
Nothing. I bet you the guys who write it are just Seinfeld fans.
I mean, hey, maybe I'd do the same fucking thing.
I'm sure that has nothing to do with the movie or anything like that.
Probably not.
Every working title has nothing to do with anything.
Imagine if the actual title is
well, Spider-Man Seinfeld.
Spider-Man Seinfeld. Fuck.
But Jerry Seinfeld isn't in it. And then it's just
Jerry Seinfeld is Uncle Ben.
Shit, confirmed.
Fuck.
Confirmed.
It's all been building up to this.
I feel like he'd be a weird Uncle Ben, but
he would be.
Because I could just imagine his B movie performance.
What's the deal with Spider-Man?
Jerry Seinfeld.
Did you just fucking make a B movie reference? Fuck.
I did. I don't know if I didn't know if you caught it or not, but
fuck
I did.
You.
Fuck you.
The movie's actually not half bad.
Oh my god.
It's fine.
It's a cult. There's a cult surrounding that movie.
Yeah.
Mark Ruffalo.
Fuck. What did he spoil now?
Reveals how he would do a Hulk TV movie or show. So apparently this is there's more to this. This is just the title. I read this. Universal still owns the Hulk movie rights, apparently. All right. I remember we were questioning this with the She-Hulk show, but Marvel technically owns the Hulk TV show rights. So if Mark Ruffalo wants to make a Hulk show, they could.
Fucking loopholes.
Mark Ruffalo says if he makes a Hulk show, the only reason he'd do it is if Wolverine was in it. Which I'm like, that's fine with me. Fucking do it.
A Hulk Wolverine buddy cop TV show?
I don't know if that's what he meant, but he just wanted Wolverine to show up in it.
Well, I mean, Wolverine would probably be like the villain because they don't get along.
No, but I would be down for it. I'd be okay.
Fuck yeah.
I think
awesome.
I don't know if the Hulk can carry a TV show by himself. I mean, I guess he can. They made a Hulk show back in the day with Lou Ferrigno, but
yeah, and he'd probably be all CG, wouldn't he?
He would have to be. There's no way you would, unless he's just Mark Ruffalo's.
But he can't be because he's Professor Hulk now.
Right. So there's more to this. So.
Shit.
He's in the talks to being in the She-Hulk show. So this could be how he reverts back to the Hulk regular Hulk.
That's fucking don't do that.
Unless this takes place before Endgame and this is how he becomes Professor Hulk. I don't know.
I mean, that could be kind of neat if they actually show because they kind of brushed over it in Endgame. They're just like, it happened. It'd be kind of neat if we actually like saw that.
So, but he's in talks to be in the She-Hulk show because of the loophole that Hulk can appear in these shows and stuff like that. So we may be seeing more of Mark Ruffalo in the future. We don't know.
Mark Ruffalo.
But I'd be so down for a Hulk show with Wolverine in it. That'd be
fucking yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Did you see all those fan rumors going around that Henry Cavill is like be the next Wolverine?
I mean, he doesn't look bad as Wolverine.
No, he looks fine.
I don't think he'd be a good Wolverine.
I don't know. I also don't. He's Superman.
He is.
Like this is when like you get like a Chris Evans thing. Like when Chris Evans first became Captain America, everyone was like, "You're Human Torch." Like, stop. You're like he's Superman. He's always going to be known as Superman. It's going to be weird seeing him as another Marvel character in better movies.
I don't know. I feel like if Henry Cavill comes to the Marvel side, he's going to be some weird off character that people don't really know about. That's what I like a Sentry, like somebody like that.
He should be he should be one of like the animal. I mean, he should be the Throg,
He should be
the Frog of Thunder.
Yeah, I don't know, but like I feel like he could be Sentry because Sentry is just Superman of the Marvel universe.
He could be, but that'd be a little too obvious.
He could be.
It's like, hey, you played Superman once. You want to do it again?
If he were, ooh, I was trying to think if he could be a villain, who would I make him? I don't know.
Ooh, shit.
That's a tough question.
He's too likable to be a villain, though.
I have to ponder. He was a villain in Mission Impossible.
He was. It was mostly his mustache, though.
That was the villain of the Justice League, also.
It was. The secret villain of Justice League.
The secret villain nobody knows about.
Yeah.
And then my last piece of Marvel news has nothing to do with film. This is a comic book news. Marvel is rumored to be taking over DC Comics.
I've heard this rumor because DC Comics, I know this is technically DC news, but fuck it, whatever. Apparently like AT&T is doing this like 5G bullshit with the comics, and everyone's saying that like this is gonna be like the death of comics and whatever. And I think I don't know if this is actually like a true rumor in any way. I think people just want Marvel to take over the DC Comics to probably try and save it.
But it's been floating around, so I had to mention it.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be fine with that. I mean, I don't see why Marvel couldn't.
I'd rather Marvel take over the film rights, but that's not here nor there.
Well, I mean, I think WB also owns, because WB got bought out by AT&T, so AT&T technically owns both the comics and the movies. So I don't know if Marvel could just come in and take the comics like out from under AT&T unless they bought it.
They could, yeah, that's what it would be. They would buy them out.
But I don't know if they would. How much is DC Comics worth?
Probably not a lot, because I guarantee comics don't make them that much money.
I mean, that's true, but you also have Superman and Batman, like some of the most iconic characters of all time.
I think the film rights are worth way more than their comic book rights. I'm just saying. But Marvel could like throw them under the rug and make some terrible Superman and Batman comics and be like, look, the movies are bad, just like the comics or something like that. I don't know. They could like change up how the characters are completely.
I mean, if Marvel would do some shit like that, I feel like Kevin Feige would be like, hey, let's make these comics fucking terrible so we can somehow get the movie rights and then make good movies. Like
be like, let's make Superman gay.
Let's make Superman just the gayest, like make his suit pink, make him super flamboyant, and he's gay man now.
And he's in space alone all the time. There's no other characters.
And he's just complaining about things.
He has a mental breakdown every 5 minutes, and that's the comic.
I mean, hey, I could see that happening. That honestly, what we just described sounds way better than what AT&T is planning to do with the 5G shit, because it sounds awful.
It's comics though. People will change it in 5 years anyway, so it doesn't matter.
If these comics will even be around in 5 years.
It's true. If they're around in 5 years.
If this doesn't ruin everything.
That was all my Marvel news though. Did you
Venom 2 has set photos.
Oh, I didn't care about this.
Did you see? They're very basic. It's kind of just like, here's Tom Hardy like walking.
Yeah, I've seen the Woody Harrelson one.
He looks so fucking stupid.
That, like weird floof.
What happened to the curly wig?
Because it looked awful. So they're probably like,
this one looks awful as well. This looks just as stupid.
It does.
He's got a little like floof like bangs on his face.
He's got like, I don't know if anybody doesn't know what we're talking about. He's got like hair.
I'll put it up. I'll put up the image.
Yeah, it's got like, it goes like curls. Or
yeah, he looks like he came out of like the 70s.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like, what the fuck?
I've seen some set videos of him like doing stuff. He's like throwing his hands around. Like, I guess symbiotes are coming out of his hands.
Oh man, I would love to see that test footage, because I guarantee you that was just Woody Harrelson like in his day.
He's just like throwing his hands.
Fucking do it, and they're like, "Fuck it, we'll CG it later.
We'll do it in post. We'll do it in
post."
But that also reminded me, I forgot. I have another, I guess, Marvel news that I forgot to put on here. I saw not test footage, but leaked footage for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And this isn't spoilers at all. I saw
Falcon dies.
No. Who's US agent? I forget. Russell, what's his name?
Wyatt Russell.
I saw him in the cap suit fighting people, the choreography and stuff. And it looks dope as shit. I'm just saying. He looks like he fights like Captain America, but he's not as good. Like he's getting punched in the face and he's missing punches and stuff.
He's scared of him.
Yeah, so I'm like, that's exactly how I imagine U.S. Agent would be. He's not as good as Captain America.
How does the suit look like in motion? Because I've seen the behind the scenes photo of it, but how does it look like in motion, like doing stuff?
I don't know if you caught it in the trailer. There's a little glimpse of it in the trailer where you see like the back of him and he's running onto the football field. That it looks like Cap's suit. It's just the helmet is a little different and it's a little darker blue. That's about it. Okay. So it's a dark blue, and the helmet is a little different. So that's about it. But the actual like suit looks almost exactly the same as Captain America's suit, based on what I saw. I only saw his back, and he's got like the cross with the shoulders or whatever, like the little straps that go on his shoulders. But I didn't see the front because the test footage or the leaked footage wasn't from the front. But it was him and Bucky fighting together. So I don't know what that's.
Oh shit! Bucky's cheating on Falcon.
He's like, this guy reminds me of my buddy. So
they're probably gonna have to team up at some point to take down Zemo.
Probably.
Where the fuck is Zemo?
But it made me excited because I'm like, you're doing it right so far. Choreography. He's not as good as Cap, and he shouldn't be as good as Cap. Cap is good as Cap, and he looks like Cap. So doing it right so far.
All right. Doing it right so far until Loki comes out.
Loki's could be cool though.
It could be, but it's just like an unnecessary fucking show that doesn't really exist.
Apparently, I talked about this last time. I don't know if you remember, but it's a limited series, so we're only getting one season of it.
Good, thank God.
Let's move on to DC though.
DC news.
I'm saving the picture for last. I'm just letting you know.
Shit, there's images.
Yeah, I already sent them to you. You know, you remember.
Do I?
Well, you'll remember when I mention it. Warner Brothers has The Flash to begin filming and wrapping in January of 2021. That is their schedule at the moment.
Fucking hell. That's so far away.
It wraps in January. I think it's supposed to start in September of this year or something. So,
I mean, I don't believe this movie exists until I see set photos.
And they're filming in Atlanta, which isn't important, but if you needed to know.
Why of all places Atlanta?
Because Georgia is where a lot of films are made.
You could shoot on a fucking soundstage.
You could, but they're filming in Atlanta. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess.
It's fair. I agree with you. This movie has been pushed back so many times. I don't know if it's actually going to happen. So,
and it probably won't. And until I see set photos or a trailer, it's not happening.
Like, what's DC's next movie?
And Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah, if Wonder Woman 84 bombs, it may not happen.
Yeah, definitely. Which it probably will bomb.
Going right into our next segment, Birds of Prey box office has made $180 million on $100 million budget.
Fuck. That is not good.
No, that is not good at all. It's already being pulled from some theaters because it's not being.
Fuck.
So DC is in a hole here,
and people like this movie.
Yeah, some people do, but nobody went to go see it.
Yeah, so nobody gave a fuck about it.
I don't know if this is marketing. This was bad marketing, or if this was something else.
I mean, I think it's a mix of bad marketing for one, because it's R-rated, so you can't really market it everywhere. I'm sure if it was PG-13, it probably would have made a little bit more money, because it is.
I don't know what just happened.
It disappeared.
Continue.
I'm sure if it was PG-13, it probably would have made a little bit more money because kids could see it, and it is kind of a kiddie movie anyway. But also word of mouth, like people have been shitting on the DCEU for the last like 4 years. I think people are just kind of done with these movies.
People were like, "Oh, the Joker's not in this," and people are probably just like, "Well, fuck it.
Yeah.
What's the point in seeing a Harley Quinn movie?
That Joker that nobody liked isn't in it, so let's not see it."
But I think you could throw the Joker, even if people don't like him, and people be like, it's the Joker.
Yeah, probably.
I'll give it a chance. Probably. Do you have any DC news? That's all the news I got.
I have 3 pieces of DC news.
All right, hit me with them.
First one, The Suicide Squad wraps filming.
Saw that.
Which is weird because the movie doesn't come out for like another year.
I know. Apparently, there's a ton of post-production.
So, I guess there going to be fucking tons of CG in this.
What excites me most about this is that means that James Gunn can finally start working on Guardians 3. So
Yeah, I mean I care about that more than Suicide Squad, to be honest.
I mean, I'm not. James Gunn could make a great Suicide Squad film.
I'm sure he would. I'm sure his Suicide Squad movie would be awesome.
I'm not knocking that, but I'm just giving up faith.
But I'm just really excited about Guardians 3.
I'm really excited about Guardians 3, and I've given up faith on DC completely.
Yeah.
I told you when I went to go see Birds of Prey, I was like, if this movie is good, it will restore my faith in DC. But it was god awful.
It was terrible.
So my faith is utterly shattered with every DC movie going forward.
I mean, that makes sense. It's same to me. Birds of Prey is the one where I was like, I'm done. Like, fuck it.
The past, I don't even know how many films have been terrible except for Shazam. Like
Shazam was great. Shazam was fantastic.
Shazam was good, but like Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Justice League, Birds of Prey, they're all just either mediocre or garbage at
basically
the best. So fucking hell. Even I know you like it, but Batman vs Superman I didn't even like. So
Batman vs Superman's a good movie. Fuck you.
It's just they got so many issues. I can't trust any of their films going forward. Wonder Woman 84 looks good, but like, do I even want to try?
Yeah, I mean, I'll see it. And again, like I said in our Birds of Prey video, if Wonder Woman 84 sucks, I'm not seeing any more of these DC movies.
You're officially done.
I'm not seeing any more. Not DCEU movies. If they make like another like Joker-ish movie, I'll probably see it. But
I was gonna say you're gonna watch the Batman.
I'll watch the Batman.
If they made a Man of Steel 2, would you not watch that?
They're not going to.
But if they did, if they released it tomorrow.
There's not a universe that exists out there where Man of Steel 2 is happening.
There is a universe. There's infinite universes. So.
There's one.
There's one universe.
And it's the best universe. It's the prime timeline.
All right, what's your other news?
Speaking of Batman, we got Batmobile photos.
That's what I was talking about.
Batman.
Pictures. That's what I was talking about. Put it on the screen.
Boom.
Right here. Boom.
I'll put it wherever the fuck I want.
Put it above my head.
Right there.
Put it above your head.
How do you feel about how the Batmobile looks?
I think it looks pretty dope, to be honest.
I think it looks cool.
I like the back of it more than I like the front. The front just looks like a normal car, at least what I saw. But the back of it looks souped up and it looks dope. I like it. It looks like a classic Batmobile, to be honest. It's not like a souped up tank like the Nolan films are. It's just like a car.
It reminds me a lot of the 60s series where it literally was just a car.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
And I mean, in the early comics, Batman literally just drove a car. Like, it wasn't all like Batmanified. And I like the fact that it's not like a Tim Burton, like it's got like fins and shit on it. It's just a cool looking car.
It's a cool looking car that has a few mods on the back of it.
Yeah,
it looks like
Batman would totally drive that. And this definitely indicates like this is clearly Batman in like his early years. I still hope it's not year one, but
you never know. All these leaked stuff could just be like the first half of the movie or something. And the rest of it's they film on a soundstage or something. I don't know.
Oh,
I have no idea. We won't know until the trailer drops. So
yeah, we won't know until the trailer. That'll be the deciding factor.
And even then, you never know. They could show nothing in the trailer and be like, "Oh, you still don't know."
I guarantee the trailer would just be Robert Pattinson like walking up to the camera, just be like, "I'm wearing fucking hockey pads," and then it ends. It says 2021, the Batman.
2021, the Batman.
The Batman.
The Batman. What did we name Robert Pattinson?
Bat Pat.
Bat Pat. Yeah.
Bat Pat.
Hashtag Bat Pat.
Hashtag Bat Pat.
That's what we're calling.
You can't say Bat Pat. You have to say Bat Pat.
Bat Pat.
Bat Pat.
Bat Pat.
I think the Bat Pat suit looks better in these photos than it did the first time I saw him. I still don't like the design, but it looks a little bit more like movie-ish.
It looks less clunky. That's how it looks.
Yeah, a little bit.
It looks slimmer and not padded to shit.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is. I couldn't see his head in the pictures because it was dark, so I don't know how his cowl looks, but that was
there's one in the wide shot you can kind of see the cowl, but it's like really far away.
That was my biggest issue with the other suit is the cowl that just looks fucking weird for some reason.
It does. I'm sure they'll CG and they'll probably fix it.
I'm sure they will, but it just looks too much like Daredevil. I don't know. Also, I think Bat Pat's chin looks like Charlie Cox's chin a little, and that's what reminds me of it.
Kinda does.
I don't know why. Maybe that's what
Very
reminds
similar
me of
chin.
Daredevil. But they got like the pointy chins.
They really do. Holy fuck.
Whereas Ben Affleck has the chub chin. So
Speaking of chub chin Batfleck, there was some sort of misleading Snyder cut stuff coming out. I don't necessarily know. I don't necessarily know if it's misleading because there's not really like a whole lot on it. But Zack Snyder put out a photo because he had this whole like Snyder cut poster contest for the fans, and I think the winners got a slate on it from Justice League, and on the back of it, he showed the back of it, and it said something about like if at some point I want to do reshoots, like it said something about reshoots, and everyone's fucking losing their mind and saying that like, oh, he's doing reshoots for the Snyder cut. And I'm like, I think that's
movie.
well, I mean, I think that was for like original like production when he was
probably
filming it the first time. I don't think he's just like, oh, I don't think WB gave him like all this money to just say, hey, do a couple reshoots on your weird cut that we're probably never gonna put out.
Right. I still don't think this cut's kind of be released this night.
I think it will. I think it'll be released like 20 years from now,
though. Hopefully, we'll still be alive by then.
I mean, I won't, but
I'll tell you about it whenever I die.
You're like, it was pretty all right.
It was okay.
It wasn't worth the wait, but it was okay.
It wasn't worth the wait. Is that all your news?
That's all. That's I'm pretty sure.
On Snyder Cut news like we do every week.
Fucking A. We haven't had Snyder Cut news in a long time. All right.
We had a whole episode that was just Snyder Cut news.
We did.
You look like you're about to go beat somebody up with that jacket.
Fucking jacket. It's cold outside.
You got the Wolverine jacket going on.
Like the Wolverine jacket. I need the mutton chops.
You need to spike the Spike's hair.
I need the fucking the dumb fucking hair that he has.
The dumb fucking hair. I don't have a fun fact today, so you got.
God damn it!
You got to pull one out of your ass again.
I'm making spaghetti today, and I fucking love spaghetti. Spaghetti's the best.
Wade, if people who don't know, Wade only eats spaghetti.
That's not true. You shut your mouth.
When you come visit Wade next week, I'm just making spaghetti.
That's fine. I will. That's totally fine. I love spaghetti.
Because that's all you can eat is just spaghetti.
I can eat whatever I want. I just
every
like
time
spaghetti.
You send me a picture of your dinner like it's fucking spaghetti. It's every fucking time.
Yeah, I don't. It's not like I do that every day.
But you do. You just do it like every other day. Every other day. So I assume on the days that you don't send me, you still have spaghetti.
No,
you
haven't had spaghetti in a while.
Switch it up though. Like you pull an Elf and you'll put like waffles on your spaghetti.
Dude, that scene in Elf when he takes the spaghetti and puts like chocolate and shit in it. I'm like, that looks so fucking good.
No, it looks disgusting.
He puts like Pop-Tarts and shit in it. I'm like, this like that would immediately give me diabetes, but it'll be so worth it.
No, that looks gross.
It looks so fucking good. You shut your mouth.
Looks disgusting.
Why do you hate Joy?
I don't. That just doesn't. Noodles,
hamburger, spaghetti sauce mixed with chocolate and like Pop-Tarts and shit.
That sounds like an abomination.
That sounds like heaven.
Fuck all that shit.
No, that sounds awesome.
Nope, not a fan. That's your fun fact, is that you eat spaghetti. Fun fact.
I love spaghetti.
Fun fact, Wade eats spaghetti. Hashtag confirmed.
Hashtag confirmed.
Let's end the podcast right there. It ends on hashtag confirmed. Boom.